Evil. What exactly is evil? Well, let's start with an accurate translation of the word evil. If you go back to the beginning, look it up in the Hebrew and the Greek, thanks to Strong's exhaustive concordance, you will see that evil is nothing more than a nuisance, something annoying, or a slight hardship. You may do this search on Blue Letter Bible, Strong's. You use many different reference points if you like, but look it up, explore it thoroughly, and you will realize that evil, doing evil, speaking evil, is merely a mindset. Thinking less of yourself than what God thinks. Evil thought. Speaking evil, speaking bad of someone, running your mouth about somebody, saying something negative you shouldn't. Evil. Evil is not, Hollywood's got this so backwards, okay? Evil is not a little girl with the head that can spin 360 and projectile spew across a room. No, that would be a comedy. That's a comedy, okay? That's a funny movie. Flying priest with a rough landing, spinning heads and spewing, that's a comedy. A true evil movie, on the other hand, remember that one about the evil house that starred Tom Hanks, where him and his fiancée bought this fantastic house and they're going to remodel it. But every day it was a new hardship, a new problem came up, something else had to be replaced. It was a nightmare. It was one evil problem after another, annoyances and hardships. But they persevered and they didn't give up. They wanted to, and they fought a lot. Very evil plot. But in the end, the house was complete. It was beautiful, a beautiful home. See, that was an evil movie. Evil. Something that's annoying or a hardship. You see, that's why it's so important that we fully understand the words we use. We need to understand not just our language, English, but we need to understand biblically the definitions. What was being said? And even more importantly, who was talking to who? You know, you have to understand a little bit about the culture at the time. It's like today in our culture, if I saw a photograph of a beautiful woman and I showed it to some younger people, they might go, "Oh, she's fat." Somebody else might say, "Oh, dude, this is sick," you know? And then somebody in an older generation would hear somebody saying of this beautiful woman, "Oh, she's sick or fat." And they're like, "What's wrong with you guys? This is a beautiful woman." You know, it's just the terminology, it's the slang, it's the culture differences within our culture, traditions. You know, so when you're reading the Bible, and remember, it's only a translation of the original Bible, you need to look a little bit at the culture, learn a little bit of the language. And there's all these great resources available through the internet or books. I like reading books. I do use the internet occasionally. There's just so much information regarding the Greek and the Hebrew, and getting an accurate understanding of what's really being said. When the day comes and you think you might be going to heaven and there's going to be a mansion or a house, a home prepared for you, you're going to be in a little bit of a shock. Not exactly what was being said, but that's what the translators used. That's the word they used. Now, these translators are really smart guys. They were very intelligent. So it wasn't like just a dumb mistake. Sometimes they just needed to save space. They couldn't put too much information in there because it would just make the chapter they were working on, the book they were working on, just too thick with pages. So to save time, space, and cost, they would just fit in the best word they could come up with. It would be an English word. Sometimes they would borrow a word from Latin, not necessarily fitting exactly, but they said to themselves, I'm sure, well, if someone really wants to understand what's being said here, then they'll take the time to do some research and look it up on their own, not just taking for granted that every word is literal. It's just not going to work out that way. So like with evil, we have our mindset of what we think evil is, looks like, sounds like, an evil experience. It's just something that's annoying or a hardship. How many times have you been stuck in traffic and go, oh, this is annoying? You encountered evil. That's all it was. Not something you saw on television. Now, Hollywood has stretched it to an amazing length with movies and programming. But truly, evil is just something that's a little annoying, temporary hardship. Not a big deal. Nothing to fear. Evil. You know, most of us encounter a little bit of evil every day. That's all it is. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.